Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2019 USC Price School of Public Policy Commencement. I am Carol Rush, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Please rise and welcome the class of 2019. The procession is now entering the auditorium. It is led by flag bearers. Meera Gorjala, our valedictorian, is leading our dean down the right side of the center aisle. Ian Chamberlain, Bachelor of Science in Real Estate Development graduate, is leading our Vice Dean for Academic Affairs down the left side of the center aisle. Are now entering the venue. Dean Jack Knott and Commencement speaker Kristina Raspe are leading the faculty down the right side of the center aisle. Vice Dean Julie Zisimopoulos is leading the faculty down the left side of the center aisle. Doctoral students are now entering the venue, led by Doctor of Philosophy graduate Robert Jackman. Erin Elizabeth Barber Crosby, Doctor of Policy Planning and Development graduate, leads the DPPD students. The undergraduates are now entering the auditorium. The Bachelor of Science in Urban Studies and Planning students are led by Kareem El-Sisi and Sarah Ann Orcutt. The Bachelor of Science in Real Estate Development graduates follow and are led by Real Estate Development graduate Christian Emil Grogin and Desiree Arlene Hansen. Bachelor of Science in Public Policy graduates are led by Price Latino Student Association Administrative Chair Angel Daniel Bello and undergraduate public policy graduate Ting-Yi Chang. The undergraduate procession concludes with the Bachelor of Science in Policy Planning and Development students, which are led by undergraduate PPD student Renee Say-Rin-Ju and Price Student Ambassador Lauren Malarkey-Williams. The master students are now entering the auditorium and are processing down the center aisle. Leading the procession are the Master of Real Estate Development students led by MRED graduates Omer Samiri and Anne Julia Trevetian. Master of International Public Policy and Management students are now entering the auditorium and are led by IPAM Graduate Student Association Presidents Rebecca Lin and Tusiu Lin. Master of Public Policy students are now entering the auditorium, led by Victoria Maria Ciudad Real, co-chair of Price Latino Student Association, and Jake Clark, graduate student government senator. Now entering the auditorium are the Master of Public Administration students, led by Edmundo Octavio Diaz, President of the Graduate Policy and Administration Community, and Allison Mary Wilhite, co-chair of the International City-County Management Association of USC. The Master of Planning graduates are now entering the auditorium. They are led by Christian James Castro and Eduardo Rodriguez, co-chairs of the Association of Students of Planning and Development. They are led by Megan Tomiko Ono, Price Social Innovation Professional Development Chair, and GPAC member George Zaydon. Now entering the auditorium are the Executive Master of Leadership graduates, led by EML graduates Jennifer Ann Grasso and Michael Wade Odell. Master of Health Administration graduates are now entering the auditorium. They are led by EMHA graduate Hector Chaides and Jennifer Jordan. co-president of Upsilon Phi Delta, and Nandini Rajyavar, Student Health Council president.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Price School commencement ceremony. I'm Jack Knott. I'm the Dean of the USC Price School of Public Policy, and my great pleasure to welcome you here. To our graduates, several years ago, you made a promise to the University of Southern California, to your families and to yourself. You committed to excelling at one of the most rigorous public affairs schools in the world. You have honored that commitment, and today my colleagues and I commend you on your character, and we applaud your achievement. Congratulations, USC Price class of 2019. are 285 schools of public affairs in the United States. To the credit of our outstanding faculty and staff and our great university and students, the Price School is ranked #1 in the West and 3rd in the nation with the faculty and staff. Please rise so we can celebrate you. I want to salute just a few remarkable people. In 2011, Robert and Allison Price honored the memory of Robert's father, Saul Price, with an extraordinary gift to name our school. They have been more than generous than words can express. Robert, who is here with us today, would you please stand and let us show you our deep appreciation. A gifted professor who is retiring after 48 years with USC, Dr. Terry Cooper, would you please stand so we can acknowledge your brilliant contributions to our school, the university, your profession, and society. Dr. Terry Cooper. A wonderful Trojan is also retiring after 56 remarkable and generous years in our dean's office, which makes her USC's longest serving employee. Connie Rogers, would you rise so we can celebrate you? All of the university's student ROTC programs are overseen by the Price School, and we take special pride in our graduates who have served in the armed forces. In this hall today, we have veterans in our graduating class, as well as family members and friends who are veterans. Would each and every veteran stand and allow us to thank you for your service to our country? We have the privilege of honoring our students who have earned the highest levels of academic distinction this year. And I am excited to share with you that we have the largest number of Renaissance, Global, and Discovery Scholars in our school's history. So I would like to congratulate Ting Yi Chang, Ivana Jiang, Rick Keaton, Ian Chamberlain, Alethea Halamandaris, Alvin Neo, Ezequiel Sandoval, and Anamat Singh for this amazing recognition. Would you all please stand and be recognized? I would also like to give a special congratulations to Ivana Jiang on being selected as the university's valedictorian this year. She is the first valedictorian that the Price School has ever had, and for her exceptional speech at the main ceremony earlier today. And we are also pleased to congratulate PhD candidate Maria Francesca Piazzoni on earning the USC PhD Achievement Award for 2019. Maria, would you please stand and be recognized? Now, have you ever wondered if it would be possible for someone to play in the Super Bowl and at the same time earn their degree from the Price School? Well, incredibly, Nicole Roby Coleman has proven it is possible. Nicole played football for USC and now plays for the Los Angeles Rams. Before his mother passed away, Nicole promised her that he would get his degree, and today he has kept that promise. Congratulations, Nicole. And last, but first in sacrifice, support, and love, the people who paved the road you traveled to arrive here today. Would our parents, husbands and wives, and grandparents and family members please rise so your graduates can thank you. As you and your families know better than anyone, you worked hard for this moment. In fact, you organized a good portion of your life around it. In light of your accomplishments, I want to share a few thoughts with you about what comes next with the Price School as a starting point. As you can see from these banners, we are celebrating a very significant anniversary this year. The school came into being at a remarkable time. The progressive movement had just come to an end, and a few years before our founding in 1929. One of the progressive movement's most striking traits was its composition. It was not a top-down phenomenon. It was a grassroots, bottom-up groundswell from rural areas, advocacy groups, labor, social entrepreneurs, organizational innovators, small businesses, and the middle class. With great determination and creativity, the progressives engaged some of the most significant forces of their day. They were dismayed by their country's moral and intellectual failings. And towards the end of the 19th century and in the early part of the 20th, they performed the greatest of social alchemies. They turned indignation into constructive action and expertise into progress. Among many contributions, the progressive movement made government more responsive and efficient, reined in corporate greed, and advanced the rights of women, children, and the working class. Those years had an undesirable side as well. Although the achievements were significant, the white population received most of the benefits, while minorities were mainly excluded. Many aspects of the progressive era characterize our own modern era as well, including severe inequality of income, rapid urbanization and technological change, concern about our democratic future, the impact of cartel and monopoly industries, and corrupt and special interest influence over public policy and politics. Simply put, when you set the progressive era next to the first decades of the 21st century, the similarities are uncanny. Which brings us to this moment, and that brings me to you. Price graduates, it is your turn to address the structural and moral failings of our day and to create new and exciting opportunities ahead. This is your time. Over the past several years, my colleagues and I have had the privilege of listening to you and learning from you. We've learned that you care deeply about the world, and because you care, you see through many of the falsehoods and failures of imagination that limit and bias our society, economy, and body politic. As a result, many of you are indignant in the face of inequality and injustice. You're anxious to test out the power of new ideas, which leads to the next question. What are you going to do about it? That's one of the great questions of every life. By virtue of your character and your education, you are well prepared to answer it. In your time with us, through hard work, intelligence, and passion, you have acquired the tools to build a better America and a better world. You've explored the art of respectful dialogue and its capacity to bridge political divides. You've become the champions of bringing contrasting views to the table. You know the power of working together towards shared goals. You've learned to think critically and conduct measured analysis based on data and evidence, to work collaboratively across boundaries, to promote intersector problem solving and advance public-private partnerships. You've embraced the central importance of inclusion. You know that prejudice and privilege inevitably lead to bad decisions and harmful policies. You're equipped to think clearly and carefully about policy and private markets and their impact on people's everyday lives. You have acquired and developed all of these skills and strengths at a moment when the world truly needs them. It is in great need of passionate, capable, discerning professionals and leaders who are rigorously versed in the power of constructive public policy, urban planning, and development. The world needs you. It needs you to confront old misconceptions and to realize new possibilities. This is your time. To commemorate our anniversary, we have selected 90 pioneers whose lives and careers embody the values and aspirations of the Price School. They're featured on our website and social media, and I can assure you that with the quality of our faculty and alumni, the hardest part of the process was limiting it to just 90 individuals. So in 2029, when we celebrate our 100th anniversary, I anticipate that we will likely select 100 pioneers. So today, my colleagues and I challenge you to embrace your pioneering spirit and apply your Price education to the central challenges of our time: social justice and professional integrity, access to health care, education, affordable housing, sustainability, transportation, and urban development and design. We challenge you to apply the tools you've gained in your classrooms and practicums, to take the networks you've built and continue reaching out. There are so many people who share your passions and values, including the more than 20,000 Price alumni across the globe. We challenge you to turn indignation into constructive action, to use knowledge and expertise to improve lives and communities, to embrace innovation and build pathways to opportunity. We challenge you to be Trojan bold. Nine decades ago, the founders of this school envisioned a day when women and men of integrity would use their understanding of public policy and urban planning to make a better world. They imagined a student body rich with racial, geographic, and ethnic diversity. They envisioned graduating classes blessed with immigrants and natives. Ladies and gentlemen, they envisioned you. We celebrate your character, your mind, and your heart. You have been tested, and you have shown us what you are made of. We are so very proud of you. Because you are Price Scholars, you have a unique and indispensable role to play in repairing trust and confidence in our society and the institutions of governance. Because you are Price Scholars, you have a special role to play in planning and developing better communities for the future. Because you are Trojans, you are called to play these roles with courage and with integrity. This is your time. Show the world what you are made of. To the USC Price Class of 2019, congratulations and fight on. So now I'd like to introduce our commencement speaker, and I'd like you to do a thought experiment with me for a moment. Imagine you were charged with selecting today's commencement speaker. In a perfect world, you would, of course, want your speaker to be a Trojan, because why would you settle for second best? In fact, you might want a Trojan who played an integral role in the evolution of our campus and our university. You probably wouldn't stop there. Given that Trojans accomplish remarkable things, you would want someone who is making a global impact. All of that would be desirable. However, your most important criteria would be the person's character. You would want someone who stands for things that matter. You'd want someone who brings honor to USC. And in a perfect world, that's probably who you'd look for. And as it turns out, that's who we found. Our speaker today earned her master's degrees in both construction management and real estate development from USC, as well as a Juris Doctorate from Loyola Law School and a bachelor's degree in political science from the University of California, Santa Barbara, but we won't hold that against her. As USC's Vice President for Real Estate Development and Asset Management, she played a critical role in the development of the USC Village and the renovation of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. And she was responsible for the master planning process for both the University Park and Health Sciences campuses. In 2013, she joined Apple Computer, where she is Vice President for Global Real Estate and Facilities. She has global responsibility for real estate, construction, facilities operations, and maintenance, strategic workplace planning, and business partnering. She also manages Apple's Global Environment, Health, and Safety program, all supply chain recycling, and the company's renewable energy program, which ensures that Apple continues to power all of its facilities with 100% renewable energy. In addition to that, she is a wonderful human being. I have been grateful for her wise counsel, her passion for engaging with students, and an abiding commitment to social justice and equity. She truly embodies the Price mission to improve the quality of life for people and their communities. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Kristina Raspe.
Thank you, Dean Knott, my fellow Board of Counselor members, faculty, staff, and students of the USC Price School. Congratulations to all of today's graduates and the parents, friends, instructors, and mentors that helped each of those graduating achieve their success. This is a great day for a celebration of all of your hard work and sacrifices, and it's an honor for me to speak to you. Frankly, it seems like just a moment ago, I was sitting where all of you are, never imagining that I would be on this side of the podium someday. This graduation is simply one stop for each of you on your life journey. It's a moment to reflect on the past, celebrate the day, and begin the next chapter in your life. Preparing for these remarks gave me an interesting opportunity to reflect on my own journey, the good and the not so good decisions that I made, and the important lessons I learned along the way. As a fellow graduate of the Price School, I have been blessed to find success doing what I absolutely love, real estate and development. It's my job, hobby, and passion. And the Price School gave me the skills to achieve more than I ever dreamed possible in this field. But my journey was not a straight line. I'm someone who made a major career pivot in my life. I took time off to raise a family. I returned to a completely different job. I went back to school in my 30s, and I had to power through barriers to fulfill my dreams. None of this was easy, but it was all worthwhile, because I believe that I ended up exactly where I belong. Reflecting on the highs and the lows, I realized there were a number of key lessons that I learned along my path that allowed me to learn, reflect, course correct when I needed to, and ultimately live a healthy and balanced life. I'm happy to share some of those lessons with you today in hopes that they may help you on your exciting path. If you take away nothing else from what I have to say today, please hear this. In your life, it's important to make things happen, and not simply let things happen. Too many people allow their life to pass them by as they react to things that happen to them, wondering what went wrong or how they ended up where they find themselves. I encourage each one of you to avoid that trap. Be intentional with your life and your career. Decide where you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, and take the time to figure out what you need to do to achieve those milestones. Develop a set of guiding principles for what you want to do with your life, both personally and professionally. Even more importantly, spend time deciding who you want to be as much as what you want to be. Do you want to be seen as someone who is fair and honest, transparent, and committed? If so, every decision that you make, every action that you take needs to be consistent with those core values. What are your goals for your career? Maybe make enough money to pay off your student loans? I recommend that one. How about shaping the world in which we live? Leaving the planet a better place than you found it? Think about your goals, plan them out, and consciously stay on the path to make them happen, while allowing yourself to evolve as you grow and learn as a person. Oprah has this great line, and it's become a staple in my life. When you know better, you do better. Don't be afraid to embrace the kind of lifelong learning that will allow you to be a better person. When I graduated from school, I had guiding principles that were very simple. I wanted a secure job that would allow me to consistently put food on the table for my family. I wanted to do the right thing for the right reasons and not compromise the person I was raised to be. I also wanted to help others. I was drawn to the practice of law solely for that reason. As I got older, I evolved, and my guiding principles evolved. I wanted to have a family and find the kind of work-life balance that worked for us. I wanted to be a lifelong learner who wasn't afraid to take big chances. And I wanted to leave the world a better place than I found it by dedicating myself to companies that aligned with my core values. Articulating these principles and allowing them to guide me enabled me to make some hard decisions. Leaving the practice of law, a profession many consider the pinnacle of professional accomplishment. It wasn't the right job for me at that time. I didn't love it, and I was sacrificing too much for it. Staying home with my children a good chunk of the time when they were young, because that was right for me at that moment in time. Later, pursuing an additional education while working full-time and taking a job at a nonprofit where I felt like I was able to make a difference. And then, taking the biggest leap of my life, leaving my comfortable job, my known community, my dear friends, to follow my gut and join Apple, a needle in the haystack, a company that shared all of my core values, that gave me the opportunity to do things, to master things that I never imagined myself doing. In your life, you will have many turning points. Opportunities will come and go, and you will be faced with hard decisions, decisions that may force you to question who you are and what you stand for. Look in the mirror long before those situations arise and decide who you want to be. Be intentional and allow your guiding principles to direct you to the career you want to pursue and to the person you want to be. Second, lead a life in service to others. That may sound like an odd one. I'm sure you're probably thinking we cannot all go into public service. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I mean is check your self-interest and your ego at the door, whatever your job may be. Whether you are a real estate developer, a city planner, a policy advisor, or an elected official, perform that job in service to the people, the company, and the community you have chosen to serve. Like many jobs, mine requires me to make hard calls every day. Every tough decision I make starts with a thought process that begins with a question. What's in the best interest of Apple, my employer? And that question is followed up by a rapid success of other questions that are just as important. What's in the best interest of the internal customers that I serve? And what's in the best interest of the team that I lead, who I also have a duty to serve? I live focused on service to others, and I get the most amazing results and satisfaction by doing things for others. Seeing my team accomplish the impossible, seeing my mentees and my employees reach for the stars, and providing employees at Apple with insanely great facilities and services so they're enabled to do their life's best work. Albert Einstein said, "Only a life lived in the service of others is worth living." I couldn't agree more. You will get much more satisfaction out of your life if you're not just living for yourself, but finding purpose and meaning beyond yourself. Along this line of thinking, you will always be well served if you set out to try and help people and lift them up when you can. If someone asks you for a reference and you have something nice to say, take the time to say it. If someone in your field wants to talk a problem through with you because they value your opinion or it's something you have experience handling, take a moment and help them. If someone you know needs a pep talk, take time to lift them up and remind them of all they are capable of doing. As a result, you will have an amazing network of people who will do the same thing for you. Over a decade ago, I got a call from the then head of real estate at Disney. He needed a reference on a job candidate that I had actually worked with here at USC. I called him back and I gave him a positive reference, and we chatted a bit about similar challenges we were experiencing with a local contractor. A few years later, he called me about another contractor, and a few years after that, I called him about a similar issue. We were colleagues who had literally never met each other in person, but we were supporting each other. In 2013, he was recruited to lead Apple's global real estate and development team. But he wanted to move back east to be near his family, so he took a different job. When he was asked if he knew of anyone who might be a good fit for Apple, he suggested me. As a result, I was recruited to Apple, a job and a company to which I would have never dreamed of applying. Thank you. Help people as often as you can. You never know where it will lead. Be the person who extends themselves to others. Mentor the next generation. And when you break down barriers, hold the door open for the next person. Live in service to others, and others will be there for you. Lastly, be brave. Believe in yourself, and never stop reaching. All of you had to work so hard to get to this point in your life. Some of you had to overcome what seemed like insurmountable barriers to get here. Whether you're the first in your family to go to college, or you had no money for tuition and room and board, or you suffered some setbacks or tragedies in your life that left you wondering if you could ever achieve your dreams. You did it. You're here today, and you should all be very proud of yourselves. I would love to tell you that it gets easier from this point on, but in many ways it does not. Sure, there's no more crazy pop quizzes or papers to write or exams where you are being asked questions about topics you are convinced were never taught. The challenges and problems you will face from this point forward are no longer theoretical. It is now up to you to change the world for the better, one day at a time. That is a huge responsibility. And to accomplish it, you have to persevere and believe in yourself, especially when no one else does. There will be times when you will be the weakest link in your company, and other times where you will be the strongest. You just have to keep taking feedback, learning and evolving, and never give up, even when others tell you to give up. At one point in my career, I tried to apply for a position to lead construction at a company that had a significant capital program. I was told by a senior leader of the company that they would not consider me for the position despite being impressed with my skills, because the board was not comfortable with a woman in that role. I can honestly say I never felt more demoralized in my life, but I had a choice to make. I could accept as a core truth in my life that boards of companies do not want women leading construction teams, or I could reject that viewpoint entirely and go on to lead the construction team at one of the greatest companies of our time. I chose the latter, and I would encourage all of you to reject society's preconceived notions of who you are and pursue your dreams unabashedly. To get to this point, you have all demonstrated brilliance, resilience, and determination. I'm telling you today, don't ever let go of that. Don't ever stop reaching, and don't let anyone tell you that you cannot accomplish something that you want to accomplish, because you can if you're willing to work hard enough. As your journey continues forward from this day of celebration, I hope each one of you achieves and then exceeds your personal vision of success and happiness. The Price School has given each one of you the skills you need. Now it's up to you to make things happen and not simply let things happen, to live a life in service to others, and above all, to be brave, believe in yourself, and never stop reaching. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this day with each of you. You are now joining the alumni branch of the Trojan family, and I am personally proud to welcome each one of you. Thank you, and fight on.
Well, thank you, Kristina, for those inspiring words. Thank you very much. And I'm now pleased to introduce Meera Gorjala, the Price School's valedictorian. She has earned the highest GPA among all undergraduate students graduating from the Price School. And today, Meera will receive the Bachelor of Science in Public Policy with the Public Policy and Law track from the Price School, along with the Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies with a specialization in computer programming from the Dornsife College. At USC, Meera has pursued her passions for public policy and the environment both inside and outside the classroom. As a research assistant for the Center for Economic and Social Research, she examines supermarkets and food deserts and healthcare issues. Next fall, she will enroll in the University of Chicago's Law School. Please. Meera.
Well, thank you, Dean Knott, for that wonderful introduction. As he said, my name is Meera Gorjala, and it's truly an honor to be giving the valedictory address today. Growing up, I never in my wildest dreams thought that I'd be graduating from such an amazing institution, let alone as valedictorian of the Public Policy School. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the people who helped us, including me, get to this point. First, I'd like to thank our Price administration and professors for giving us such amazing educational opportunities. The knowledge that all of us have gained from our time in Price, whether in real estate, urban planning, health management, or public policy, is truly unparalleled and indispensable. You have prepared us well to go forth and make an impact in society. Not only have you given us the educational tools to prepare us for our future careers, you've instilled in us a passion for change and empowered us to improve our communities. Next, I'd like to thank our friends and families. None of us would be here today without the immeasurable care and support of our loved ones. In particular, I want to thank my parents. Mom, thank you so much for your unconditional love and support. I can't convey to you how much I value having you serve as both a brilliant role model and kind role model, but also as my best friend. Dad, hopefully you're watching from Georgia, but I can't thank you enough for everything you've done to provide our family with the best opportunities, including the privilege of studying at USC. Your work ethic and passion for your patients has been nothing short of an inspiration to me, and one day I hope to emulate that passion in my future environmental law career. Now, I know that was probably a little sappy, but I'm hoping this can partly serve as a Mother's/Father's Day present, considering I make pretty close to minimum wage and spent a lot of money to look this good today, knowing I have to speak in front of you, so. So when I was Googling graduation speeches, since I had no idea how to write this, I came across a quote that I related to. Stephen Colbert once said, "Life is an improvisation. You have no idea what's going to happen next, and you're mostly making things up as you go along." This pretty accurately describes my journey to where I am now. When applying to colleges as a senior in high school, all that I really knew I wanted in a school was a good football team. Those of us who were at the UCLA game this year know how that turned out for me, even if we did get the darn old years. But when I was ultimately admitted to USC, the amazing weather, beautiful campus, and friendly student body weighed in as well. Even in my major, I knew I was interested in public service and policymaking, but I had a shallow understanding as to what those terms actually meant. However, slowly but surely, during my time as a Price student, my passions for environmental law and policy began to emerge through different classes, internships, and extracurricular opportunities. I don't want to stand up here and recite my resume to you all, but those experiences would never have been possible without the guidance and help of my professors and friends. I never would have taken my first computer programming class had my roommate not recommended it. I also never would have been able to double major or do the semester in DC program without the guidance of the Price advising team. I never would have gotten to work with the amazing individuals at the EPA and connect my environmental interests to my policy interests without having that DC experience. One area of environmental policy that I was always drawn towards was sustainability. Anyone here who has taken Professor Bento's Sustainable Cities course yeah, can tell you that sustainability is an incredibly complex and multifaceted concept. The UN Brundtland report defined it as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs when it first introduced the concept of sustainable development at the global level. Most people think of sustainability in terms of generational ideas about saving the planet, spanning from the formation of Earth Day to the proposed Green Deal. My experiences at Price these past 4 years sustained me, along with a balanced diet of Diet Coke and Kit Kats. I've learned that sustainability is beyond an environmental interpretation. It represents a coming together as a community to make sure that we don't leave the world worse off with our children having to pay the price. Taking what we've gained from our experience at Price, I believe we can all do our best to tackle sustainability in our respective disciplines. While I didn't know that I was interested in climate change and environmental policy when I came to USC, I shared that sustainability sentiment of wanting to make a difference, however small, in the lives of those around me, and those following me. And I think that this idea of improving our communities and social consciousness is something that everyone at Price shares. While we can debate whether or not to implement more solar panels here at USC, I think we can all agree that we need to consciously think about how our actions impact others. All of us coming here knew that we wanted to make a difference in our communities, and ultimately leave things better off, whether that is through improving our healthcare policies, planning better and smarter cities for our citizens, addressing homelessness issues here in Los Angeles, or improving our water conservation. Each of these initiatives suits up to the sustainability challenge of being incredibly complex and multifaceted concepts. But we are fortunate as we graduate from Price here today. Our education here has sustained us with the analytical skills and tools that we need to support our drive and passion to tackle such challenges head on to make our communities more socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable. So while much of my success here has been based off of spur-of-the-moment choices and improvisation, I think that our Price education has given us all the ability to tackle these incoming challenges in the more thoughtful and intelligent manner that they require. I finally want to end this speech by speaking to my fellow graduates. I'm so proud to be graduating with such an impressive group of students here today. I truly value the collaborative nature of the Price classes here because it gave me a chance to know many of you. I hope that you've had similar experiences, but being around you for the past 4 years has exposed me to so many different backgrounds, experiences, and ways of thinking that will leave me a more well-rounded individual prepared for the future ahead. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to have gotten to know you all, since I believe you are some of the most intelligent, driven, and creative individuals in the country. I can't wait to see what all of you accomplish in the future, and I wish you all the best. Congratulations and fight on.
Thank you, Meera. I have only one bit of advice for you at the University of Chicago Law School, and that is buy a very warm coat. So, we've come to that moment. Now is the time to recognize the work of each and every one of the graduates, and we will call each of the students individually and hand out diploma covers. I promise you, diplomas will be mailed in 4 to 6 weeks, so don't panic. We will begin with the Doctor of Philosophy candidates who will be hooded by their dissertation chairs, then follow with handing diploma covers to the master's candidates, and conclude with the undergraduate candidates. After you have received your diploma cover, please return to your seat and stay in your seat until the ceremony concludes. There are photographers present who will take pictures of the graduates as they receive their diplomas covers. Information on ordering pictures will be sent to each graduate after the ceremony. Please do not crowd the aisles or the area in front of the stage to take pictures of your graduate if you can possibly avoid that. Associate Dean Carol Rush, will you please come to the podium at this time?
Dean Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Management and Doctor of Philosophy in Urban Planning and Development. Professor Julie Zisimopoulos, Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, is coming to the stage and will join Dean Knott.
Robert William Jackman, How Can Metrics Matter? Performance Management Reforms in the City of Los Angeles. Juliet N. Musso, PhD, Dissertation Chair. Jung Ho Park, 3 essays on housing demographics, depressed housing access amid the crisis of housing shortage. Dal Myers, PhD, Dissertation Chair. Jonathan Chrisman, Civic Expression, Cultures of Political Participation in the Changing City. Annette Kim, PhD, Dissertation Chair. Immigrant Others in Public Space, Street Vending in Touristic Rome, Maria Francesca Piazzoni. Immigrant Others in Public Space, Street Vending in Touristic Rome, Tridib Banerjee, PhD, Dissertation Chair. Yokwang Brian An, Governing Public Goods, How Local Institutions and Political Power Shape Inequalities. Raphael Bostic, PhD, and Shuyan Tang, PhD, dissertation chairs. Hosted by Shuyan Tang, PhD. Nathan Mark Hudson, the development implications of the China's Belt and Road Initiative for Russia, Kazakhstan, and Belarus. Hooded by Genevieve Giuliano, PhD.
Let's give a round of applause to the PhD graduates. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Policy, Planning, and Development. Professor Deborah Natoli, Director of the Doctor of Policy, Planning, and Development, is joining Dean Knott on the stage.
Erin Elizabeth Barber Crosby, Looking to the Stars, Perceptions of Celebrity Influence in the Nonprofit Sector. Elizabeth Curd Hackett, PhD, Dissertation Chair. Hooded by Deborah Natoli, PhD. Sandra Ford Mindler, Resilient and Equitable Urbanism by Design, Insights from the Collaborative Process to Reimagine the San Francisco Bay Area. Daniel Mazmanian, PhD, Dissertation Chair.
Let's give a round of applause to the Doctor of Policy, Planning, and Development graduates. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Master of Health Administration degree. Professor Jason Doctor, Chair of the Department of Health Policy and Management, is joining D. Knott on my right-hand side of the stage.
Victoria Mebs.
Nandini Rajagore.
Rebecca Nielsen.
Rosie Demir Chunyan.
Jacqueline Cunningham.
Melanie Adamian.
Shelby Harbison.
Ani Isagayan.
Jasmine Saleh.
Melanie Alexanyan.
Casey Conlan.
Farheen Patel.
Brianne Rapan.
Irene Ubulyan.
Arpa Almansi.
Ranika Bahumian.
Emilio Nunez.
Bridget Tadavosian.
Amy Liang.
Ani Demerchian.
Jessica Medel.
Tanya Mosesian.
Elizabeth Wang.
Sharon Chawla.
Atika Ali.
Alexandra Rossi.
Inu Heather Hole.
Nia DiGiovanni.
Tiffany Liu.
Hannah Garza.
Lingshu Chen.
Bailey Van Omeren.
Ashley Kwan.
Amber Dobbs.
Tong Tong Lee.
Mariana Orozco.
Ravina Kaur Ahuja.
Jennifer Chen.
Keyor Voland.
Karen Gulien.
Divesh Sakdev.
Emmanuel Urbano.
Divya Moji.
Daniel Purendez.
Jasmine Maria Rodriguez.
Priscilla Young.
Ravjot Kaur.
Monica Dupay.
Gurjot Kaur.
Laura Lee Graham.
Avnur Kuner.
Sarah Hagigi.
Shanur Islam.
Alexander Hamilton.
Nayant Solanki.
Tanushri Day.
Hannah Lee.
Stephen H. Odom. Preet Odom Joe Hall. Anifa Abubakez. Christopher Morissette. George Gavorkian. Nadine Mata. Anita Wang. Samarahit Samuel. Imoni White.
Let's give a round of applause to the Master of Health Administration graduates. Dean Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Executive Master of Health Administration.
Hector Chides.
Jennifer Jordan.
Joanna Balingtet Wantland.
Ryan Kim.
Kitten Mine.
Rachel Hida.
Jacqueline Martinez.
Yvette Q.
Edith Montemayor Angel.
Erica Mather.
Sulima Green.
Abby Chilson.
Jennifer Burnett.
Lee Bates.
Hernan Osco.
Jennifer Freitas.
James Haesong Lee.
Alana Kelly.
Thomas Teasley.
Lisa Subrees.
Jay Hay.
Abdul Mana Sudiku.
Florence Gail Okdenaye Paris.
Ronaldo Hipolito.
I. Lynn.
Gabrielle Rodriguez.
Shazib Saeed.
Dr. David Tweedy.
Linnell Williams.
Alice Chen.
Katya Osipova.
Inga Zibovka.
Paul Shipo Tu.
Barithi Krishnamanurthy.
Selena Barnett. Amir Shah. Dr. Arash Shamsian.
Dr. Anu Kumar.
Jumar Manalo Garcia.
Catherine Joy Miller.
Diane Stevenson.
Christopher M. Jones.
Christine Chen Yi.
Brianne Taylor.
Shivya Motorisi.
Rosalind Rualo.
Shushma Thomas.
Felicia Lavon Renty.
Christine King.
Juan Carlos Santizo.
Michael Newport.
Brianna Goodman.
Alanson Kenneth Lazo.
Michael Alfaro.
Christopher Papadopoulos.
Mark Brumandes Blanchi.
Barry Augustus Falch.
Jacqueline Tran.
Julia Abadian.
Derek Espinosa.
Anita Romano.
Navia Busatanabuti.
Armando Bermudez.
Derek Baker.
Laura Vilches.
Rhonda Bibbins. Maria Calafrancisco. Francisco Ramos. Drew Hoffman. Mrunel Patel. Clara Magdamonian.
Let's give a round of applause to the Executive Master of Health Administration graduates. D-Not, I now present to you the candidates for the Executive Master of Leadership. Professor Carol Geffner, Director of the Executive Master of Leadership, is joining D-Not on the stage.
Jennifer Ann Grasso.
Michael O'Doul.
Dominique Danielle Majay.
Jorge Morales.
Myra Magdalena Abrams.
David Gavorkian.
Daniel Stefano.
Robert Arcos.
Jovencio Segura.
Earl C. Paysinger.
Lisa Starr.
Kelly Muniz.
Danielle Elizabeth Harvey Stun.
Matthew Cassell.
Gerardo Contreras. Romeo Calpito Paragas Jr.
Jacqueline Denise Honore Ethan.
Eric Russell.
Maria Villier Younger.
Scott Williams.
Xiomara Villaseñor.
Victor Teal.
Kelly Sweetman.
Nancy Tatum.
Myra Gonzalez.
Kalila Lauderdale.
Robin Patillo. Carmen Muniz. Guadalupe Flora Moreno.
Let's give a round of applause to the Executive Master of Leadership graduates. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Master of Nonprofit Leadership and Management. Professor Yan Tang, Chair of the Department of Governance, is joining D. Knott on the stage.
Megan Ono. Kaylin Sims. George Jogzieda.
Let's give a round of applause to the Master of Nonprofit Leadership and Management graduates. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Master of Planning. Professor David Sloan, Interim Chair of the Department of Urban Planning and Spatial Analysis, is joining D. Knott on the stage.
Christian James Castro.
Eduardo Rodriguez Cisneros.
Leanne Kelch.
Kevin Bayro.
Mika Tran.
Anders Egnell.
Jefferson Isaiah Rose.
Tanya Shah.
Lauren Wong.
Camila Arufa.
Robert West Keating.
Lynette Monique Guzman.
Nicolette Safarian.
Jose Richard Aviles, dual degree in social work.
Jeanette Rodriguez.
Raul Castillo.
Erica Van Sickle.
Eric McNally.
Andrew Romaya.
Harry Gulabari.
Amina Younes Karwa.
Eduardo Mendoza.
Blair Fry.
Louis Aaron Keene.
Dylan Coyle.
Lauren Diedrich.
Kyle McGowan.
Upsana Paul.
Nora Flynn.
Drew Quinn.
Daphne Shu.
Christopher Bonomo.
Jason Chang.
Nicole Conlon.
Robin Frankie.
Alexander Wickstrom.
Tam Nguyen.
Nathan Pope.
Amanda McDaniel.
Nathan First.
Rachel Mills Coyne.
Kevin Nord.
Shin-Hee Lee.
Abdullah Sambu.
Carmen Noyola.
Jared Bendefola.
Victoria Goyun Kim.
Tina San.
Alexandra Varakova.
Alexander Kill.
Ifan Lee.
Daniel Atle Coronado.
Min Chi Chow.
Fangming Dai.
Yuan Zhang.
Yu Zhu.
Vanessa Vucinich.
Savitha Bardwaj.
Marina Salazar.
Let's give a round of applause to the Master of Planning graduates. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Master of Public Administration. Professor Xu Yantang, Chair of the Department of Governance, is joining D. Knott on the stage.
Edmundo Octavio Diaz Jr.
Allison Willite.
Amalia Emily Orderkhan.
Ryan Lutz.
Grace Olegin.
Morgan Marina Jong.
Roxana Barboza Alonso.
Veronica Kilpatrick.
Yi Cheng Ian.
Lisa Umel.
Shane Lee.
Lorena Lolo Hernandez.
Kevork Cordoglian.
Brenda Ramirez.
Aram Bosmejian.
Oscar Gomez.
Juan Gilberto Lopez.
Ronald Cole.
Michael Joseph Klaproth.
Leopoldo Martinez.
Jake Stokes.
Brenna Marie Hunan.
Brielle Cruz Vega.
Blanca Gavino Arvizu.
Alexandra Goldberg.
Elizabeth Jordan Devaney.
Caitlin Eichers.
Kristen Renee Nelson.
Alexandra Vrabrecht.
Siarpi Topchin.
Paige Eleanor Sterling.
Carrie Marokin.
Ashley Lucia Smallwood.
Eden Ruiz Lopez.
Emily Rothstein.
Eric Will.
Leah Phillips.
Wendy Riggs.
Guadalupe Lizette Carrasco.
Monica Ortiz.
Marilyn Adavalo.
Kevin Fong.
Elizabeth Sarah Jennifer Moss.
Michael Johannes.
Ebel Echiku Obri.
Ray Noman Muhathas.
Austin Frank.
Nicole Barbarino.
Christopher Makish.
David Olivery Cosme.
Tina Fleming.
Dominique Samario.
Jesse Ramirez.
Daniel Veldman.
Lisa Mizrahi.
Emma Lundberg.
Anthony Mark Tristan.
Amber Baylor.
Sarah Mirzayan.
Cameron Gilbert.
Ana Magdalena Garcia.
Jason Chan.
Joanne Marquez.
Brian Chase.
Adrian Vincent Herrera.
Jennifer Davis.
Alejandro Santos.
David Gordon.
Beck Blair.
Carlos Aguilera.
Evan Linney.
Michael McHenry.
Eduardo Lizarga.
Kathleen Grace Soriano.
Ikrar Aikai Umei.
Amanda Vasquez.
Lorela Multini Vera.
Cameron Johal.
Stephanie Watson.
Minal Gounder.
Renee Delvey Salazar.
Kyle Oceandusco.
Nicolos Machaverian.
David Theocure.
Mahin Surani.
Carlos Carrillo.
Juliana Mendez.
Daeun Kim.
Charles Alexander Vinola.
Un Lee.
Chandler So.
Haiwan Lee.
Paulo Francis Hernandez Farela.
Ja Young Lee.
Tyler Pledger.
Wei Wei Lin.
Cyrus Zachariah Shepard Oppenheim.
Ian Lee.
Janelle Watson.
Yi Chang. Jiang.
Matthew S. Dickens.
Cashew Wong.
David Ramon Vasquez.
Jinan Yang.
Meng-Chi Tsui.
Yan Su.
Ifan Zhang.
Xiaofeng Yao.
Shengyan Xing.
Jaiwei Qi.
Xiaoyin Shi.
He Gao.
Lin Chao.
Hao Tang.
Jiwen Sun. Ziyang Song. Yixing Shen. Yuming Liang. Jingyi Liu. Eugene Liu. Karen Liu. Yu Chen. Victor Manuel Cruz, Jr. Victor. Christian James Castro. Yeah, I'll wait. Leanne Kelch. Micah Tran. Jefferson Isai Rosa. Isai Rosa. How Wen Yu.
Let's give a round of applause to the Master of Public Administration graduates. Dean Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Master of Public Policy. Professor Richard Green, Chair of the Department of Policy Analysis and Real Estate, is joining Dean Knott on the stage.
Jake Clark.
Victoria Maria Ciudad Real.
Sandy Sutiv Ely.
Araceli Palaflax.
Frank Jimenez.
Wesley Smith.
Julie Fancher.
Kyle Waldman.
Candice Rankin.
Brenda Meza.
Jonathan Bates.
Paula Fernandez Roman.
Brachi Merothara.
Kelsey Rebecca Griffiths.
Jennifer Lovett.
Elizabeth Ann Myers.
Megan Beseeker.
Timothy Medieros.
Casey Fischel.
Shannon Pryor.
Hannah Harper.
Hannah Natchef, dual degree in law.
Jameson Hayward.
Corey Hashida.
Jose Alcocer.
Dong Zhou.
Shant Artinian.
Evelyn Marie Loya.
Yiran Chen.
Kennedy Reese.
Winjun Chen.
Isaiah Jamal Simmons.
Kay Dung.
Nadia Khalifa,
Taeyu Ping.
Umesh Fade,
Renzi Shen.
Crystal Villapando,
Baixing Ma.
Su Yang,
Chun Kai Yu.
Xiaochan Lu, Hang Wang, Shiqian Zhu, Yiqing Liu, Lauren Dietrich,
Let's give a round of applause to the Master of Public Policy graduates. Dean Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Master of International Public Policy and Management. Dr. Joyce Mann, Director of the Master of International Public Policy and Management, is joining Dean Knott on the stage.
Suyu Lin.
Yao Wei,
Nurlan Adelayev.
Rebecca Lin,
Echo Arisianto.
Paul Bosen Shao,
Undurma Gonsuk.
Yu Yang,
Adiana Kaldebekov.
Stanley Chen,
Fei Lu.
Han Bing Dong,
Lin Chin.
Yita Ryan Wang,
Wheeling Guo. Timur Aitsanov.
Murphy Monghui Shi,
Youngju Wong.
Riley Richard Mamahit,
Mitzi Romana Salgado.
Lily Sari,
Natsuko Tanaka.
Aditya Nugroho,
Anna Apian.
Tunjai Sadroglu,
Narek Sakayan.
Daichiro Katsumoto, Eldar Dayustutayev, Jonggrim Yi, Igrim Batsatova, Muhammad Al-Ansari,
Let's give a round of applause to the Master of International Public Policy and Management graduates. Dean Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Dollinger Master of Real Estate Development. Professor Richard Green, Chair of the Department of Policy Analysis and Real Estate, is joining Dean Knott on the stage.
Omer Semery,
Annie Taviton,
Oliver Fries,
Ryan Wynn,
Haik Moradian,
Jacob Saxey,
Jeffrey Zukowski,
Sade Tavagarian,
Jason Hector Velasquez,
Navid Gotri,
Glenn Rasick,
Sarah Arvarbek Ifra,
Christine Nguyen Vedi,
William McGraw,
Matthew Keenan,
Jackson Losi,
Andre Sorority,
Spencer Addison Boxy Egram,
Jack Robeson,
Andrew Rodriguez,
Robert Miller,
Arthur Lynn,
Jacob Lorson,
Hector Archiga de Leon,
Jen Cheng Shu,
Jose Dash, Minsuk O, Dennis Lowe,
Let's give a round of applause to the Dollinger Master of Real Estate Development graduates. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Policy, Planning, and Development. Professor Julie Zissimopoulos, Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, is joining Dean Knott on the stage.
Renee Seirin Ju,
Lauren Malarkey Williams,
Carolyn Amundsen,
Nicholas Ferrillo,
Nikhil Earl Robe Coleman,
Meera Gorjala,
Eli Bonine,
Gunnar Washington, Owen Slyman, Zeke Sandoval, Melinda Zhu,
Let's give a round of applause to the graduates of the Bachelor of Science in Policy, Planning, and Development. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Public Policy. Professor Richard Green, Chair of the Department of Public Policy Analysis and Real Estate, is joining D. Knott on the stage.
Angel Daniel Bello,
Ting Yi Chang, double major in neuroscience,
Edwin Briones,
Rick Elwood Keaton Jr.,
Jocelyn Ute Tia,
Caroline Parks,
Amy Chong,
Helen Armata,
Ivana Jang,
Mackenzie Vanko,
Molly Bamberger,
Jonathan Weezar,
Hannah Barak,
Keith Morrison,
Jesus Garcia, Garnica,
Rachel Sun,
Ricky Oropesa,
Leanne Harris,
Caleb Murphy,
Omahit P. Singh,
Avia Cohen,
Neelam Patel.
Keon Mutin.
Tevin Jenkins.
Roxana Barboza Alonso.
Manuel Murillo.
Evelina Godecki.
Sophia Jackson.
Julie Cho.
Kennedy Reese.
Lauren Hendricks. Brittany Gibson.
Let's give a round of applause to the graduates of the Bachelor of Science in Public Policy. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Real Estate Development.
Christian Groshon.
Desiree Arlene Hansen.
Mark Haddad.
Brennan Hakmian.
Christopher Kim.
Navid Vise.
Jonathan Ruffim.
Alex Peck.
Nathan Khalil Manesh.
Andrew Rasla.
Shane Hakakian.
Riley Jones.
Iman Mosane.
Emily Moore.
Osama Shahid.
Olivia DeCero.
Artem Pobiyako.
JJ Ray Siegel.
Madhav Mondra.
Danny Fox Tusinsin Wen.
Santiago Arguelles.
Adriana Kamju.
Tiffany Wang.
Brooke McGee.
Brenda Carol Green.
Emily Rocco.
Renee Musa Zaide.
Lucky Zuvich.
Joshua Shemine.
Jack Heald.
Mateen Zar.
Justin McSorley.
Elliot Gabay.
Bryce Goldson.
Ethan Kimiabash.
Kirby Nils Jorgensen.
Aram Modir.
Jordan Lacasio.
Sherelle Kashanian.
Ian Chamberlain.
Mark Dalton.
Aline Zarifian.
Paul Kim.
Caroline Ezekazian.
Maximilian Chow.
Aaron Oheyan.
Sarina Kotoyan.
William Kushishian.
Amelia Babcock.
Arsen Ara Chiglossian.
Tabitha Krebs.
Maxwell Husaby.
JCB Oramus.
Austin Gagari.
Bronte Yamodim.
Colin Klein.
Nathan Droger.
Alessandra Lupo.
Tiffany Alice.
Alethea Holomenderis.
James Foster.
Anna Patricia Sparong.
Carter Gale.
Henry Salametti.
Mark Hendon.
Ricky Warner RL.
Samantha Schroff.
Chandler Lewis.
Harrison Zorian.
Samuel Katai.
Richard Wenzel.
Gregory Pietrkowski.
Liam Jimmons.
James Lonergan.
In Lee.
David Benervides.
Cole Smith.
Pudid Tienrecha.
Nicolos Machavariani.
Lauren Lee.
Devin Fleming.
Robert Keegan Jones.
Greg Howard.
Cameron Karn.
Mohammed Ali Imitaz.
Alvin Neo.
Jonathan Pierce Bailey. Cole Mogan. Sophia Cotter. Maxwell Pearson. Brett Poland. Michael McGrath. Owen Muller. William Woods Cook. Bo St. Jem. Mikia Kimke. Taylor Trotloff. Keaton Moody. Carter Donald Cruz. Aaron Anderson.
Let's give a round of applause to the graduates of the Bachelor of Science in Real Estate Development. D. Knott, I now present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Urban Studies and Planning. Professor David Sloan, Interim Chair of the Department of Urban Planning and Spatial Analysis, is joining D. Knott on the stage.
Kareem His Excellency El Sisi.
Sarah Orcutt.
Jessica Anu Victoria Perez.
Tamra Santoyo.
Asif Zahid.
Victoria Torres.
Cassandra Tripard.
Asia Wright.
Jasmine Nunez.
McQuinn Barron. Sofia Tolomitsenko. Rachel Fa Krusenkowski. Rick Lima Ball. Austin Shavira.
Let's give a round of applause to the graduates of the Bachelor of Science in Urban Studies and Planning. Dean Knott will now return to the podium.
Wow, congratulations to all of our graduates. Will everybody please stand? To the faculty and staff, proud parents, relatives, and friends, I proudly present to you the Sol Price School of Public Policy class of 2019. Graduates, you may now move your tassels over to the left side. Congratulations and good luck. Please remain seated for the recessional, and then please join us for a reception on McClintock Lawn, which is on the corner of Jefferson and McClintock. It's about 2 blocks west of here on the northwest side of the USC Village. There will be a Price signage and staff members to help guide you there. We invite you to enjoy your time with your family and friends. Thank you all. Congratulations.